For over 10 years, Habitat for Humanity's Young Leaders Build has been bringing young people together to help families in the Asia-Pacific region achieve the strength, stability, and self-reliance they need to build better lives for themselves. The world has been grappling with a large deficit in quality housing for decades. Urbanization, climate change, and humanitarian crises are putting even more pressure on the need for housing. And it gets tougher for developing regions, particularly for those living in informal settlements. Often without access to adequate housing, people living in informal settlements are burdened with a lack of representation and lack of basic services. They also live in hazard-prone areas and with continuous fear of being evicted from their homes. The lack of service delivery in these areas is indicative of poor or no participation of residents. The pandemic and its prolonged lockdowns didn't help either. Under the health challenges and economic fallouts, many families could no longer afford their home. Some young people lost their long-term ability to afford a safe, resilient home. Stretching capabilities and limits to respond to the urgent need for decent and affordable housing, young people have shown what valuable assets they are to the community through the Young Leaders Build. And while much has been achieved with limited resources, the challenges in building a safe and decent home continue to be huge. As Habitat for Humanity aims at scaling up our solutions to these systemic problems, youth engagement will be crucial in amplifying, energizing, and implementing solutions. Habitat's next global advocacy campaign focuses on making policies and systems more fair and equitable in addressing the housing needs of residents of informal settlements. Through our efforts, we will work towards advancing policies and systems to empower not just young people, but also the marginalized and vulnerable towards decent housing through 4 focus areas: empowered participation, inclusive basic services, climate resilience, and security of tenure. With the right support and investment from government officials, donors, and other partners, the youth can scale the impact of their work in their respective communities. Volunteer, support, donate, fundraise, advocate. Join the Habitat Young Leaders Build campaign now.
Join us!